Fractalfires has made a video against me, and he has said some things that I must defend myself from. Here is the video. Warning: Calvinist justifies child rape and denies that God gave men the Bible. The first thing I want to deal with is the accusation that I deny that God gave men the Bible, since that's the first thing on his list. Here is a clip from his video. Now I want to show you that he only gave you one little snippet of that comment thread, and that I went on to clarify myself, and he was definitely taking me out of context, and you can see for yourself. I want to show you the column of comments so you can see the order that they fell in. Now I'm going to break them down into individuals, so easier for reading. As you can see, I plainly meant him having special revelation, and anyone else since the days that Scripture was written. He failed to include this last comment in, so I take that as a deliberate lie, trying to make me say something I didn't. And as you can see, he has called me a pedophile many times in this in these comments here, and I've already vented my anger, called him a liar many times throughout this thread, and I'm trying to make this video rationally, calmly, and he not only has lied about calling me this, a pedophile, but he also has lied that he has proof that I claim to be a pedophile. Prove that that's what I am. And if you see this video, you see that he fails to prove that I have ever said anything of the sort. Never seen anyone decide that they can just say anything they want, anytime they want, just because they don't like what you teach. It's, in other words, I believe in the sovereignty of God, so who cares? Any means necessary to destroy you is just fine, as long as we get the job done. Okay, now let's deal with this fact that God has decreed all things, including the grossest sins, which the Arminians love to list and throw in your face. Here is another snippet of his video. Let me give a quote from John Calvin. Here they recur to the distinction between will and permission, and insist that God permits the destruction of the impious, but does not will it. But what reason shall we assign for his permitting it, but because it is his will? I would like to ask, what comfort can you give these people who have suffered this kind of tragedy? What will you tell them? See, your God is not omniscient. He doesn't know the future. So what will you say? Sorry, my God didn't know. He really didn't want this to happen to you. But can't God at least see what is going on right now as the event is happening? Surely he could step in and stop it then, couldn't he? Why has this happened? For man to have free will? But wouldn't free will already be established, even if God stepped in and stopped the atrocity? If there is such a thing as free will. No one would think there was no free will if a policeman happened by and stopped the rape. How would that be any different from God? So no, you are still in the same dilemma, that God could stop the rape, but he does not, for no better reason than it is his will not to. So now you have the problem of God willing it, but what reason could he ever will something like that? If you were my pastor and were comforting my wife after some horrible event, I wouldn't let you off the hook that easy. Giving reasons like God really didn't want this to happen, or man has free will that God cannot violate, or since the fall there is evil in the world and God will get vengeance one of these days. No, I want to know, could God have stopped it or not? And you know the answer is yes. God is all-powerful and could have stopped it. So I am sorry, there is no reason that you can give me that is good enough. But we Calvinists know that not only does God will, he has decreed it for his glory. Tell me, is there a greater reason? There can be no higher reason possible than the glory of God. Any other reason would be idolatry. What blissful comfort we as God's children have, than to rest in the arms of Jesus, knowing that my sufferings are for his glory, that he is glorified. I didn't suffer for some vain thing like free will. Now I want to give some scriptures here confirming this belief. I want to come back and do a video on Fractalfires' belief in open theism and what an abomination that is.